change the storage model.
Thanks for being here for my quick interview this afternoon. Basically, like Guilford County School Systems wanted to have some web-based inventory solution, because right now they are using a pen and paper-based inventory, which is not working out very good for them, because there are like technicians physically going to the sites and noting down all the information, and they're having problems tracking the info and things like that because it's not digitized yet. So, solution, we came up with a package deal, like where you have InfoPath and Microsoft SharePoint and SQL Server. So basically, I would like to know from Microsoft to see how feasible our solution is. So before we go there, can you do like quick introductions, please?
Absolutely. My name is Scott Wiltsey. I'm the Microsoft Account Manager for State Government in North Carolina. So I support all three branches of government across the state.
My name is Louis Perry. I'm the Technology Strategist for State and Local Government, North Carolina and South Carolina. Kind of work with Scott for all the technology side of the house.
Ed Myers, Microsoft Administrator, State of North Carolina.
Cool. Thanks, guys. So what do you guys think about our proposed solution?
Well, from what I understand of what the county, Guilford County Schools owns and has deployed in their infrastructure, I mean, the use of Microsoft technology like SharePoint fits very well into that infrastructure, right? So in terms of users accessing the platform, in terms of their identities and so forth, you have a very seamless way to introduce a portal and collaboration platform to capture that information without the need to retrain users and introduce an overly complex system.
Cool. Is this solution helps us to use pre-existing server software and infrastructure to reduce cost? I guess you already answered that question. Does this solution allow us to implement user authentication and security permissions?
Yeah, sure. And from the security perspective, you can do it one of a couple of different ways. You can either use your existing identity and access management system they already have in place, whether it be directory-based or middleware-based. Or if that's not in place today, you don't have to go out and purchase a new one. You can actually put it into the SharePoint services that you're going to be providing, where the form is going to rest through InfoPath, and actually use the SharePoint security, which will give you the secure username and log on through a portal. So you don't have to retrofit anything there. You don't have to go out and buy something else to do the security. If it's there, we can tie into it if it's LDAP-based. If it's not, SharePoint can take care of it.
Okay. Does this LDAP needs to be running on Microsoft servers, or it can be any LDAP?
No, it can be any LDAP. We can hook up through any secured ports or however you want to do it. It's just got to be an LDAP directory with a username and password.
Okay. Does your proposed solution going to be user-friendly and easy to implement?
Yes. Short answer. Long answer. Right now you're doing it with pen and paper. So you run into the problem of paper gets lost, people have a hard time with it, paper can get destroyed. When you're working in with a web app now, you take a laptop there to that station, you actually type down the serial number, the information is stored instantly. Not only that, from the end user perspective, they've got one form that they just keep filling out. They're not having to hold it in their bag or anything. They just take it with them, fill out the form, the data is there. It starts to, at that point, give you an audit trail. When was it entered? Who entered it last? What data has been done on it? From the back-end perspective of that, going through the InfoPath to create the web forms that you need, very simple, very easy. It's drag and drop for anybody who wants to do it. So you don't need a whole lot of coding experience to it. The other side of it is going through the SharePoint portal to house it and serve it up. Then you look at the SQL backend where everything is being stored. That's where the real power of this comes in, because now you can use SQL services in the reporting server within SQL services to now sit there and say, okay, I can run reports on that data that you've got stored here. So now you can print off the reports to say, how many servers do I have out there? What are the age of these servers? You're pulling it from the forms that you created. So now you can use SQL reporting services to say, let me run these reports and get that data back, which gives you that business intelligence, which can now be bubbled back up through the business intelligence piece of SharePoint Server. So you can actually create a dashboard. So when a technician is out on site, you could actually have it to the point that you're automating this year after year after year, They can type in the serial number to take inventory again and say, hey, this server needs to be recycled because it's the end of life for it. And they know it right there, so they know that there is a problem. You can also track data on that as well. So that you've got it tracked in the system as an inventory piece, you can tie it into your other systems as well, like your help desk. So if a technician is out there fixing it, they can say, oh, okay, this server's out here. We've been out here 6 times to fix the same problem. So the reporting services piece is huge behind the scenes to give you a very short, concise, precise view of that inventory.
I think from a user perspective, the important thing to keep in mind is that SharePoint is a server product that is part of the Office system, the family of products, right? And that includes client products, that includes server products. So that's one thing that Microsoft has done very well over the years, and that is understanding user requirements and building a good user experience. So users who are familiar with Office, for example, will be very familiar with the look and feel and interaction with SharePoint as a platform. So again, in terms of user friendliness and the ability to have end user adoption, I think you'll see that very well, again, because it's been part of the Office system of products.
How about expandability
From what perspective?
on the inventory side? Is it easily expandable?
Sure, if you want to take inventory, say, from a data storage perspective, it's just add more storage, your database can grow bigger. From being able to track inventory for more options, just create more forms. Create a different form or modify the form that you have. You can actually do one single form that if you've already know that here's the pre-canned, I know what my inventory is out there, and you can list it down, you can put it in a drop-down list with info path, build your form correctly. So here's all the server hardware we have out there, all the different hardware. It's now in a drop-down list, so you go pick it, and the form will automatically change according to that profile of what you picked as here's what I'm inventory. So it won't ask you all the, you won't see all the fields for different questions that don't belong. So if it's for a laptop, give me the barcode number, give me that. If it's a server, okay, tell me what the server name is. Has it changed? Do I still have this amount of RAM? Is it still dedicated for this? You can put anything you want to in there based on that primary key that you selected from your drop-down list.
Yeah, I think in terms of expandability too, right? SharePoint as a platform is just that, right? It is not a line of business specific application. It's a platform that you use, and using all the functionality, whether it's portal, collaboration, forms, etc., to build applications that you see fit. So in terms of expandability, to Lewis's point, you build the tables to support the line of business application. You define and build your form, to gather the right user information, and the platform of SharePoint simply grows with you.
So Ed, you have implemented some SharePoint services already on your virtual server environment. How do you feel about SharePoint now?
It's extremely friendly once you get it implemented. I've really enjoyed the experience. We're just now rolling it out in a virtual world. It runs very well in a virtual world. And again, it is in test, and we're very happy with it. So the expandability, that's why I touched on that. It's got a lot of expandability, that I say.
So if I hear you all right, and I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but at the same time, in conclusion, can I say that although we thought the SharePoint, InfoPath, SQL Server combination would solve our inventory problem, it is also going to give us a lot of more flexibility without hiring more people to manage this software, and also without buying more software. In other words, from what you guys said, when I say, although it would help us to enter the serial number of a server in the database saying that I got a server here, but now I can also say this server has this much memory, this much hard disk capacity and everything. So apparently we got more growth in this product. At the same time, it's going to solve more problems than what we initially thought.
Exactly. It goes back to the key tenet that SharePoint is not a line of business system in and of itself, right? It is a platform and framework upon which you build systems, applications, etc.
Cool.
And from a technology perspective, you've actually expanded your return on investment from the SharePoint portal, because not just from the inventory side, but look at the other features that are already built into SharePoint. You have the collaboration side, so now you can actually have workers out there in the field who can collaborate through one single portal on the same data, share it simultaneously. You have the business intelligence side of the house, so the data that you collect, you now get the data you need when you need it to you without all the minutia built into it. but it's customized to what you need to see. But it's all built on that same repository of data, so it goes through the whole chain of command. You also have the enterprise search capability built into it as well, so you can now find that data faster and have it presented to you while collaborating with someone else. So combining all that together, your ROI is just outside the scope of what you were talking about. Yes, it fits it well, but your ROI is much, much bigger because you really address a whole bigger issue within your enterprise.
Cool. Thanks for all the time, guys. I know how busy you are all, and thanks for coming here and sharing your thoughts. And I really appreciate all the time.
Absolutely, happy to help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.